Hi. Hello. How's it going? Bo! You are indeed forced. Yeah, it feels like it's been forever since I did a cooking stream, even though I'm pretty sure it was just like, what, 2 weeks? I think it was only 2 weeks, maybe 3 at the absolute most, but here, well, let me look at my Discord, it's still up. Yeah, the last one I did was creamy chorizo and chicken pasta. And that was on the 10th, so 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. What was I? Anyway, 3 weeks ago. Still feels like forever. So hi, welcome to the return of cooking streams. At least for today. I don't know. What do we got going on? We got this, let me change our music to our calmer, more backgroundy stuff. Here it is. There we go. Okay, so we got tri-tip. I love tri-tip. It's been a while since I've had any tri-tip. For no significant reason other than I haven't bought it. But when I was at the store last week, I saw a pack of it in this hatch chili marinade, and hoo boy, do I love some hatch chilies. So that's what I picked up. Oh, I gotta get back to chat. Chat, where are you? There you are. Tri-tip. Hello, kitty. It's so good to see you. How are you doing? Yes, tri-tip. My one big sad moment with this right now is that I can't grill it. A, because I can't grill indoors. I haven't figured out that technology yet. And B, it's actually raining outside, which is unusual. But yeah, we do what we gotta do, and so this time, this is trip tip. Hell yeah! I think that's been my typo for this for a little bit. Yep, sure does trip tip. Tri-tip. Gonna get some trip tip. Just the trip tip. Jealous, yeah, no, it's muggy as fuck up here. It doesn't help that I've had a water bath in my front room literally all day. Oh, no sound because you're in a VC with a but yeah, dude, no. Do what you gotta do. It's all good, homie. There we go. But yes, can't grill. So I decided I'm gonna do something different. What's that different thing, you ask? Well then, let me get... Bam! I've been wanting to show this on stream for a little bit. This is a water bath. This is an immersion circulator. What it's been doing is it's been circulating the water at a nice, steady temperature for the past many hours. I think I started this at about 10 o'clock this morning. So it's, in that sense, kind of similar to a slow cooker. But, like I said, it holds it at a very, very specific temperature that whole time. You can see that it actually says end. That's because it actually ended, like a few minutes ago. Let's say, for the sake of conversation, it ended 10 minutes ago. Sorry, I just saw something. Oh, it's the bottom of my shirt. I see a quack, I didn't hear a quack. It's also because my speakers are very low. That should be good. Hey, Crush! There we go. I should be able to hear those now. This method is called Sous Vide. Let me just... S-O-U-S-V-I-D-E. Sous Vide. I'm just gonna do a little... Yeah, no, I know my own chat rules. Thank you, Twitch. That's not it at all. Sous vide. And I love this method. I really do. I don't get a chance to use it very often. So, what this accomplished was it held this tri-tip roast at 131 degrees Fahrenheit for those 6-7 hours, which means it's not overcooked. It's had a lot of time for fat and connective tissue to kind of render down, get more tender. The tippy taps. And so This is, you know, chilling out at medium rare. It's gonna be oh so tasty. The downside is, since it's at that lower temperature for all that time, there's no caramelization, no Maillard reaction. So if I were to tuck into this right now, it would still be delicious, but we can make it better. And we're going to do that later on. I've got so many other things to make though. I've got asparagus to make. I've got this potato-y thing to make. So I'm going to get going on that after I get water. Not this water. This water's been on the counter forever. You need colder water. So yeah, that's the idea of what's happening today. We've got some tasty meats, we've got some curried potatoes, and we've got some nice tasty asparagus. So, I'm gonna get started with asparagus. No, not asparagus. Potat. I also need to get this out of the way. I'm gonna get it so far out of the way. Completely out of the way, off the table. Oh, also, by the way, I held this bag in place with just little magnets. I thought I was very clever for that. Just little neodymium magnets. Let's see if that, there we go. Usually I use like a bag clip or something, but for whatever reason, I couldn't find those. But I'm a huge stinky nerd, so I have magnets around. And when I say I have magnets around, I have a whole dang case of magnets. Yeah, I was pretty proud of myself when I thought about this little trick. Oops. Oh no. The magnets. They're attracting to each other. Stay in the box. And so yeah, this can now... Ooh, it's warm. It's tender. It's like a butt. You can just be like, ah! This is gonna live over here for the time being.
Oh my.
Yep, I can hear the sounds. And so yeah, this... I want to talk about this again for a second. This is such a cool thing. These are relatively cheap now. This one's made by Instant Pot. I've seen them made by Anova and other things. They're all pretty much the same now, so if you want to try this out, it's not a huge cost sink. I have made, obviously, I've made tri-tip with it. I have made cheesecakes and creme brulee using this method. I've done some of the most amazing beef roasts with this. I've done pork roasts, and pork roast I have yet to find a good recipe for it, but it's such a neat, cool method of cooking stuff. When I get around to doing the dessert stream, this is gonna be making another appearance. But for now, I'm actually gonna get even further off this table, which means I need to move. I need to make some room. I'm gonna hear some kitchen ASMR. This is my trash bowl, I'm gonna need that. And it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Like, it's this big container of water. And, that's pretty much it. What am I doing? What am I doing? Let's just unplug you, yoink you over here. So get one. That's what I'm trying to say. Get one. if you can use a slow cooker, you can use one of those. It's literally the same thing. Okay. Worth it, totally is. I want to say I spent $100 on that thing. The Innova ones at the time I think were like 160, something like that. It's stupid. This potato thing was something I saw on Instagram. Why are all... I don't need the F7s. Why are you on there? Sorry, my tablet's acting funny. Probably because I was using the keyboard. Yes, this potato thing. Curried cubed potatoes. I have no idea how to properly pronounce this. Aloo Bhujia. I apologize to everyone who I just insulted. So I'm just gonna call these curried potatoes from here out. But yeah, it's these potatoes, it's these onions, it's a fair bit of garlic and some nice tasty seasonings. It's all gonna get cooked on up. It sounds so dang tasty. Yeah. And we all know how much I love patat. If I could eat one thing for the rest of my life, patat might be it. Get out of here, asparagus. I don't need you right now. I'm gonna drop that cutting board. Let's not forget. The language, no pronunciation complaints from you. Thanks, Crush. Alright. I really want to get in the habit of better knife maintenance and care. Simply for the sake of being better at it, you know? Oh, this is all gonna blow out. I just remembered I never got around to figuring out the whole auto exposure on the camera. Yeah. Funny. So yeah, all I'm gonna do is cube up these potatoes. I've had a lot of time to sift through Instagram and let their algorithm show me all the tasty dishes. I'm noticing a lot of pasta and chicken dishes are coming through. It's like they realize I like pasta and I like chicken. And it's like, oh, look at all the... And not to mention, it's cheap and easy to make pasta and chicken. So, like, I get it. I get it. Hey, Striker, what's up? How you doing? Let's get all these bad boys in there. Oh, yeah. It knows the algorithms. They know I like cheap, tasty foods. So they're just gonna show me the cheap and tasty foods. The person who had this one on their reels, I think that's what Instagram calls their things, said that they grew up eating this, and it's very much, she considered it at the time, a struggle meal. But has since learned to, you know, appreciate it. I was like, I don't know anything about that. All I know is I like potatoes. I'm gonna cut my hand off doing this. It's gonna be a real fun time. Goodbye, potato! Their recipe called for half of a kilo of potatoes, 1 onion, half a can of diced tomatoes. And that's where I immediately was like, I'm going to change this because I hate using half cans of things. So, common denominator, right? I'm gonna use 1 whole can. That means I need a lot more of everything else. You alright? Good, good, good. Busy with college? Gross. Minor issues with the VA? Well, I am loosely familiar with the VA and know it tangentially from just other people I've talked to. And the VA is an experience, from what I understand. Sometimes works great, most of the time, yeah. I'm gonna grab a bench scraper before I cut my hand off. Get out there. But I'm sorry to hear they're giving you a little bit of a runaround. Wow. Oh, I just wanted to run. Also, I'm not being precious with this cubing. These might be a little bit too big, but I don't care. It's all gonna cook fine. It's all gonna be tasty. I'm not here to win awards. Just hearts and minds, or something. And shoop. I almost forgot my cardinal rule that I was making for myself. Don't look at chat while I'm cutting. I'm gonna cut my fingers off. And Twitch will ban me for showing excessive violence and gore or something. I could see that being an argument they make. I need to check my recipe. So I forget now if they added everything at the same time, or if they cooked the patates down first, or whatever. So, where'd my phone go? There it is. I asked the universe like the universe is gonna give me an answer. Your phone is over there. Bacon egg sandwich for dinner. Ooh. Back grilled and bacon rendering. Ooh. Oh man, that does sound good. I was talking about bacon with someone not too long ago. I forget how that conversation went or started or etc. etc. But, oh God, doing it again. I haven't had bacon in the home in quite a while. For no other reason than I just haven't used it. Haven't had an opportunity to put it in things. I like bacon as much as the next person. One moment. Why do you do this? I'm gonna get distracted by my tablet while I ask it things that it can't answer me. Oh, wait a minute. Aha! Oh, no. Bizarre, I'm missing a whole bit of information on the top. Oh well. Just bacon on an egg on buttered toast. I like buttered toast. Full salt and pepper. Yeah, no, that is the joy of simplicity and food. Is you do not need a whole lot of stuff. You can just do that little simple things, and then you're just like, wow. That's it. Nope, that's not it. That's something else I'm going to make. Behold, I'm on my phone. Okay. Getting it. Getting a scheme. Hours making a huge document. Open my emails. I thought I was grazing the knife right there. I thought, oh, I'm gonna cut my finger open. Hours making a huge document. Open my email to someone having sent me the exact same thing. Oh no. Prettier format. Oh, crush. I'm sorry. That sucks. Let's get another bowl. Like, good on them for making and sharing the information with you, but oh no. Alright, trash bowl. You're gonna be doing your work today. Six cloves. 6 is, you know, approximation. You want more garlic, put in more garlic. Get out of there. Okay, that's... Blah! Fine. This is 2. Is it? Use both. The dude could let me know he's gonna send it. Actually... that's a tough one. This was actually 2 heads. Oh, weird. Anyway. Yeah, that's one of those, like, I wish you would have told me you were gonna do all this work so that I could reap the benefits, but at the same time, well, I don't know. I don't know your group dynamic, the overall everything going on with it, so maybe that would have been an appropriate thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's good. Trash bowl. Stay with me. Yeah. Nope. And we get the root of this off. But hey, I'm glad you got all the information. And now you can focus on just learning it, I suppose, is your next step. Peanut butter and honey goes really good. Yeah, it does. Oh, with fruit. There's more to the thought. With fruit, butter, and herbs, make noodles tasty. Okay. Sorry. Oh god, I can't read. That was 2 sentences. Peanut butter and honey goes really good with fruit. I could see that. You know, the old standard of peanut butter and apple. Everyone loves that. Hello? Thought you could hide. I think not. Butter and herbs, yeah, butter noodles is a thing I thought was always like a joke. Until I was watching Binging with Babish. And that was one of the things he made a whole episode on, was butter noodles. Like, wow. It does exist. Yep. Simple stuff, just good. Yeah, you do not need to always go fancy with things. I am a huge fan of simplicity. You can make it better with better ingredients, and that is, I think, a more important thing, is use good and better ingredients. You will get good and better food as a result. Methods don't change. Nah. And just one thing I learned really early on was spend a little bit more on butter. Better butter makes all of your cooking significantly better. And get your knife work down. Those two things make cooking a dream so much easier. Get out of there. All right, that looks pretty all right. But if you're able to spend just a little bit more on better ingredients, do that. Do that. 1 second. And learn to love the smell of garlic on your fingertips. Because, hoo boy, you're gonna be cooking with garlic. Embrace it. Embrace the funk. Now, I know some people would say that looks like a lot of garlic. And it does look like a lot of garlic. We also got 2.5 pounds of potatoes and 2 onions for all of this to compete against. It's going to be perfect. But if you're afraid of garlic, or heavens forbid allergic, don't use as much or any at all, depending on your situation. And I feel like that is just something that needs to be said frequently. If you don't like a thing, either use less of it or don't use it. I don't like rosemary, so there's a lot of recipes out there that call for rosemary. I either use a minuscule amount or none at all. Love the Irish butters like Kerrygold. Not that I'm Brandist or anything like that, but really fancy ones, because you never remember the Jungle Gyms. What is a Jungle Gyms? Yeah, I'm either buying Kerrygold or Plugra. Plugra? I think it's Plugra. I don't know, but just get the... There are some store brand ones that are pretty alright. And that's a trial and error sort of thing. But honestly, stick with Kerrygold. Or super fancy ones. Alright. We are good on... Yeah, we're good on the garlic. And yeah, we're gonna put the garlic and the onions in at the same time. That's a big question mark. That's usually not how it goes. Actually, no, I'm not. I should put that in a smaller bowl, but I'm going to live with my consequences and I'm just gonna make so many dirty bowls this time. I know that is entirely unlike me, but it's just gonna be that way. There's so many roots on this one. This recipe also recommended for the oil that's going to be used to do the good fancy stuff. I'm also going to do a slightly different method. To use ghee. Ghee is basically browned, clarified butter. It is super easy to make, and I was going to make it today, but I didn't. basically, it was a time thing. That was my bigger issue, is I just kind of ran out of time. But I did also look at it on the store shelves as I was going through. A bit more off. And it was $10 for a jar. I said, fuck you guys. So you can make it for the cost of a box of butter. So that's what you use. A box of butter. The reason I topped and tailed the onion instead of just one side and half and blah 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 was we're going to be doing more of slices rather than a dice this time. What would that be? Like julienne. These are going to be more julienne than diced. There we go. Slightly different flavor profile when you do sticks of onion versus dice, but it's overall not crazy different. It's slightly about a different presentation, but then there's also a little bit of like what's happening with the water in the onion as it's cooking like this. Ooh. Well, you're gonna be like that. Oh, there's my eyeballs. Someone's cutting onions in here. I've got the waterworks a-going. That is a really awkward angle for no dang reason other than I'm doing it that way. Whee! In you go. Ah, it's Crow! God, guys, dude, be cool! How you doing, buddy? How's your day treating ya? Remember, folks, don't cut your fingers off. That should be rule number 0 of cooking. Don't cut your fingers off. Unless it's part of the recipe. And then I might suggest you finding a different recipe. Your fingers should not be in the recipe. That's just weird. That's some... Yeah, let's say that's some human centipede sort of shit. I don't think he was a cannibal in that movie. It was just the first weird movie that came to mind. Lol. Hectic day. Ah. Sorry to hear it's been a hectic day, but you have a point. It is whatever, can be at least. Is that all my cutting? It's nearly all my cutting. Oh, the cilantro will be cut at some point. God, my eyes! I need to wash my hand, get this oniony funk off of them. So I can judiciously rub my eyes and not have my eyeballs explode in more onion. Bloomin' eyeballs is not on the menu. How am I? I'm doing good, thank you. Yesterday was not great. Had to deal with a headache all ding-dang day, but whatever, right? It was a thing. It was just part of life. Today is much better, at least. What am I gonna do? I need a big pot. This one. Get out of here. I don't need you right now. I'm gonna bring you up to like medium-high heat. Sorry. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I essentially spent the entire day laying on the couch, phasing in and out of sleep, and watching Red vs. Blue. I hadn't seen that show in a very long time, and or watched that series in a very long time. And they have all of them, all of the complete seasons, on Rooster Teeth's YouTube channel. So, in a hot minute, right? Like, I'll quote it a lot. Protect Me Cone has been in my like private lexicon for years. But yeah, it's been kind of nice to be able to hang out and not worry about too much else other than getting rid of head pain. And get reacquainted with Griff and Simmons and Sarge and Tucker and Caboose. God, Caboose is like, on some level, my spirit animal. Just an empty-headed doof. I can relate with him an extraordinary amount sometimes. And it's also super interesting to go back and watch it all in, you know, a binging format. Because when I first watched it, I think there were only like 4 seasons out, so I got caught up through there and then I had to wait for new episodes, and just, it's terrible. Literal worst. No one has suffered such strife as I did when I was waiting for new episodes to come out. But seeing it all in one go, I can appreciate now, like, the amount of work and dedication that goes into their craft. Because seeing it in those first 4 seasons versus in the later seasons, like 7, 8, and 9, where they get a lot more into complex choreographed fights. All the comedy is pretty much the same and doesn't change a whole lot, which is fine. But they get into much deeper stories and lores and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Red vs. Blue, guys, check it out. It's not a threat. I'm just saying, you should check it out. Yeah. That was me yesterday. I think I'm actually on season 12 or 13 now. Like a threat, it wasn't a threat. It was just you better watch it. This is also not a threat. I'm not gonna pal your behind with this or anything like that. Nope. I'm just waiting on this to heat up a little bit more before we start throwing everything in there. Spoon. My spoon is too big. Wow, that's another old reference that's living in my head rent-free. I need cumin, I need mustard, chili powder. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this mix ready. Boop. Whilst I'm thinking about it, and I can do the cool thing of, what's that? That's fine. Getting all into a little bowl and just BAM! So I need several things. Several teaspoon and tablespoon shaped things. There's another animation reference for you guys. Don Hartzfeld. Oh man, what was the name of that? Excuse me. I need to Google something. If you like short animation, shh. If you like short animation, check out Don Hartzfeld. He is just amazing. I know he had one of the most bizarre openings for The Simpsons. Rejected. That was it. Okay, let me see the thing. Let me... Whoops, nope, I do not want to play it on YouTube. Sorry. But yeah, you get to... Let's see if it'll actually... Hey, it actually kind of worked. You got the banana and the guy with a big spoon. This was a thing I learned about in a very formative time of my life. Let's see, his name was Don. I think I literally just looked at. There it was. Is there a T? Here is a T. Hertzfeld. Don Hertzfeld. Excellent animation. Okay, this is ready. I can smell the oil. This is too hot. There we go. Alright, we're gonna let these cook down, brown up, get a little caramelization happening. That's good. Don't pause the chat, please and thank you. Also, Crush, I just noticed you said you'll be lurking. Okay. Enjoy your lurk. I'm gonna be over here looking up my own recipe. You. I need the cumin seeds with the teaspoon. Yeah, this kind of threw me a little bit, saying that it used whole seeds for the recipe. I do just a skosh more. I'm so used to grinding. You know, get the whole seeds. You grind them up. No, this uses whole things. Pretzel! What's up? New setup? Not entirely. We got new cooking surface and a new pot. This one was courtesy of Mama Snare. But pretty much same. Pretty much same. How are you doing, friend? Long time no see. Oh my goodness. My soul tier 2 sub. Dude, thank you so much. That always puts a smile on my face. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you so much. How have you been? What have you been up to? What shenanigans? I hope you've been up to shenanigans. So used to grinding. The whole seed. If you ain't getting the whole seed, are you even trying? See, 4 teaspoons chili powder. Swell, hell yeah. I'd love to see a swollen pretzel. Oh god, why is this so tight? Gotcha, today's stream, work and work. New game, ooh! Ooh! That's right, you were making... Oh, that was a while ago. Another game for some sort of challenge event thing. How did that go? And what's the new game? How many games have you made? I feel like I've missed out on so much. 2 tablespoons of the garam masala. I have never purchased garam masala. I've heard it used in many a dish, but I've never actually picked it up. And I'm positive that I've consumed it. So I did taste a little bit of this, and I recognize kind of the flavor profile from, you know, things I've consumed in the past. My spoon barely fits in this. Because this is what? It was, what I read. Paprika, chilies, spices, salt, turmeric, garlic, saffron. So, yes. And this is jam-packed in here. All right. So this is that is our spice combo. That'll be going in here in a little while. I've got so many cumin seeds. I just found a whole other jar of them. Yeah, okay, we're gonna bring this back up. Trash bowl, you've been doing very well for me. Let me empty you. Don't need any of these. Will I need? No. No. Alright, how are we looking? Okay, a lot of the water in the onion is steaming off. These will start browning fairly soon. I'm kind of, I want to say mad at myself for using that big bowl for some garlic, but it's kind of a big bowl for no reason. This whole potato thing also really intrigued me because I've been wanting to experiment with more Indian-style cooking. I know almost nothing about curries, Indian food in general. I really want to make naan. I've just been seeing a lot of recipes about naan lately, and whew, that's some good stuff. Maybe that would be a segment one of these days of just making breads from around the world. We'll get some naan, we'll get some challah, we'll get some, I don't know, rye. It'll be good, it'll be great. It'll be a whole avenue of things to explore and adventure. I need to plug in my phone. Like bread? Bread is great. I can make potato bread. Oh my god, combining of my two great loves. Back? Hello, Back. How are you doing? Actually, real talk, I do love potato bread. That's skin. Give me a big greasy burger on some potato bread buns. Haha! My heart. It not only clogs, it swells. Make Tipsy 2 margaritas. Woo! Sussenbrot. Of course, now I need to go. Well, let's do the Googles. Where's my keyboard? Get over here. That'll probably get me close enough. It did not get me close enough. Stolen. A 6-pack of pre-made ones for $10. Ooh, that's not a bad deal. This is wrong. It's still a very German-sounding thing, Pretzel, so I'm not going to take points away. Stolen does... I remember hearing about that a while back. I just do not remember what was fancy about it. Stolen. Bread. Best German Christmas Stollen. Christstollen, the daring gourmet. Christmas Stollen, known in Germany as Christstollen, is a yeast bread that is baked with dried fruits, candied citrus peel, nuts, and spices. Oh, hell yeah. Actually, yeah. Yes, that's going to be made right next, or right alongside the tamales. Annual appearance. I'm actually really excited for when I do tamales, because that's what this was all for. Was so I can make the tamales. Y'all can sit and watch me make tamales, and I can just sit and talk with people whilst making tamales. Because none of my friends want to help me with the assembly line, and it gets, I wouldn't say tedious, but it is a lot easier when you have a handful of people to at least talk to when making the tamales. Do chicken fried rice? Put it in the Discord. Recipes or whichever one, I don't know, because otherwise I'll forget. It sounds good though. Chicken fried rice sounds really good. I was looking at the P.F. Chang's beef and broccoli frozen bag stuff when I was at the store today, and thinking I need to just learn how to make beef and broccoli. It's the like one Chinese food dish that I really like, but it's always so expensive in those frozen packs. I can make 3 times this amount of food. What channel? I don't know. I don't know what that was. Recipes. Yeah, recipes works. So yeah, that'll be, actually I should do that one fairly soon. Beef and broccoli. It's not hard, it just, I need to learn the glaze or whatever it is. He shit himself, not this time, and you can't prove it. Excuse me, I'm totally not gonna leave to change my pants. Alright, we're getting close. We are getting very close. These have reduced down a fair bit. We're getting a little bit of fond down there at the bottom, which you can kind of see. It's those good brown bits. Gonna let this reduce down a little bit more, just a skosh. And then, I walked over here for some reason, and I don't know what that reason was. I'm reasonably sure I had a really good reason. I don't know what it was, though. So, hi, I'm back. There we go. I'm gonna bring this down. Again, just a little bit. I've been fiddling around here with the temperature. Bring it up, bringing it down. I don't have method to madness about when I bring heat up or when I bring it back down. Just after a while you learn what you like to see when stuff is cooking. Like how fast are the bubbles, how much steam is coming off. You returned! Welcome back! I hope your thing went well, Crush. Not to fall victim to my dad jokes. I see you've learned. You know when to be suspicious. Actually, I think I remembered what I was going over here for. A soft drink, absolutely, and you can't prove otherwise because you can't see any labels. Ah, that is refreshing. Yep, no labels. I actually do not even know if Twitch has policy about drinking adult beverages, which this is not on stream on cameras. I doubt it, but at the same time, I don't want to get banned for silly things like drinking adult beverages on screen, which this is not. And I guess I'm not drinking it on screen. Alright. I think we're almost there. Getting a fair bit of fond down at the bottom. This is actually a little more oil than I planned on using, so this is almost like confit onions. Get in there. Because they're not quite caramelizing at the, well, I don't know. That was a weird train of thought that I needed to abandon. Because they're absolutely caramelizing. Confit is... I want to say essentially poaching in oil. It's done at a lower temperature. Not a whole lot of caramelization happens, but you do get just very rich flavors as a result. A very popular one is confit garlic. And you can just essentially get roasted garlic in this oily substance and spread it like butter on bruschetta or bruschetta, depending on who you're talking to. And, oh, it's so good. So dang good. Or confit duck. That's another popular one. You need to be more careful with things like that. Looking at you, salmonella and other such foodborne illnesses and bacterias. Oh, it's raining again. This is the first day of solid rain we've had in a while. And it's also fairly warm outside, so it's, you know, a little muggy. Not like when I lived in the South. That was a lot. But, I can guarantee you there are probably some native people to this state, to this region. They're like, oh my god, it's so humid. I'm wilting, I'm withering. And yeah, I get it. Not used to that, haven't experienced higher humidities and temperatures and blah blah blah. It's fine. For the most part, it's fine. How are we looking? How are we looking? A little bit more. Little bit more. Swear, bringing onions to a reduction, to a caramelization, takes so much more time than a lot of cooking blogs and recipes give it credit for. I think I talked about this once before, finding someone going into detail about how much they hate cooking blogs that call for caramelized onions. Specifically because it always says cook them for 5 to 10 minutes or until caramelized. Proper caramelization of onions takes close to like 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes longer, depending on heat, amount of onion, size of the vessel, etc. There are ways to speed that up, but it's a labor of love sort of thing. And if you want to be making like onion jam, ooh, buddy. Really bad going to work. Good luck! Drive safe! Alright, a really, really bad joke was coming up and scheming, but the moment passed, so I'll just stick with good luck, drive safe. And French onion soup, continuing on my onion rant, is something else I want to make one day. But I don't know if that's a good stream one, because again, it takes a long time to get a lot of onions properly reduced. Unis Honest had a great episode where they had to eat nothing but onions for like 24 hours. Now, yes, it was all a self-imposed challenge. So, whatever. That's another story. That's another point of discussion. Actually, one second. Alright, I'm liking this. I'm liking the look of these. They are pretty much completely reduced down, broken down. They're cooked through, wilted. Choose all of your adjectives. The fond continues to settle on the bottom of the pans. I'm liking this. They are red onions, so it's a little bit harder to get a gauge on their browning. But I think we're good. So we're gonna throw our garlic, our approximately 6 cloves of garlic in. We're gonna cook these until fragrant, which is not going to take long. It does not take long to cook garlic through. Alright. Like a minute or two. What was I talking about? Oh, unasanas. Yes. Ethan chose to make just a bunch of French onion soup, and so he's gonna eat that all day. I think he spent a total of 20 minutes cooking the onions and just poured a bunch of water in, maybe. Called it French onion soup. Oh, that boy. That boy. Alright. That didn't take long. Like I said, didn't take long. So now we're throwing in our potatoes. That one's definitely too big. Oh well. And I'm going to crank up the heat. We want a good crust to form on these potatoes. If you are using cast iron, or really anything that is not a cheap pan, be careful about grabbing the handles. All of this is metal. The same metal. There is no insulation. So this is getting warm. I have absolutely grabbed my cast iron skillet when it's been heated through for a while. That, my friends, was a bad time. Speaking of my cast iron skillet, it is currently... Is it in my oven? Squeak! Yes, it is. It's currently in my oven. My oven is cold. I just started preheating that to about 425. So when I'm ready, we still have our tri-tip. Our beautiful tri-tip over here. The Sous Vide... You need validate... Wait, what? Making chicken fajitas. I only have yellow onions in Carlson? No. You do, don't let anyone tell you how to live. Exactly. Need validation. Fun to fix the hinge squeak. We'll address that in a second. Yellow onions. No, yellow onions. They're perfectly fine. In fact, I like yellow onions in most things. White onions would also be acceptable. The red onions like I'm using here, yeah. But onions is onions is onions. Unless you're doing a super specific thing that requires super specific onions, you get those yellow onions. You eat them whole and raw. Eat them like an apple. Look people dead in the eye as you consume these onion apples. Make them regret everything. Everything. What about shallots? Same. They're just mild onions. By the way, when I put the potatoes in, I cranked up the heat. I don't know if I mentioned that. I cranked up the heat all the way. We are going to have to be on fond detail for a lot of this. We do not want it to get burny on the bottom. So as we're continuously, I was gonna say spooning. Yeah, as we're spooning our potatoes, stirring! As we're stirring our potatoes, keep an eye on that fond and scraping it up as we go. Anyway, what was I saying about this? Oh, it's been over here this whole time. This is our tri-tip. Our sous vide tri-tip that was cooking at 131 degrees for 6-ish hours. It's got a nice little bit of gravy down here as well. This is gonna be the flavor pouch. Towards the end, this is gonna go into the very, very hot oven. Onto the very, very hot cast iron skillet, pan, whatever, so that it gets a nice sear on the sides. There's also a nice little fat cap here, so that's going to be up when we first put it in, but yeah. Like I said at the beginning, we want to kind of up the flavor of that tri-tip. It's going to be very tasty right now, but I'm going to go bring this down for a second. But you can always up your flavors just a little bit and really make something special. Like we were talking about earlier with Striker. It's like it's always just little things that you can do to up your food game. Use better ingredients. Use something special, like LSD, or, you know, shallots. But techniques are, for the most part, all gonna be the same. Ideas, concepts, techniques, all gonna be approximately the same. Meats, you know, you wanna get them cooked to a certain internal temperature, but you also want the outside to get a nice seared crust, because that's flavor, baby. Get that Maillard reaction. That's where the... Ah, so good, so good! Alternate idea, tri-tip directly into your gaping maw. No, I think it's better with the typo. Boil and mash him. Try bread. Ooh, that's a good idea. Take LSD with the bread. You may be onto something. Okay. I'm gonna let this... bring our temperature back up. And let this kind of do its thing for a moment. And also the WD-40 in the stove. It's actually really funny. Mama Snare and I were talking about that very thing earlier today. And someone else a while back had mentioned using WD-40. With the try bread, with the rye bread. Your phone just wants you to try. Yeah, someone else had mentioned WD-40 to work on the stove, and it's not a bad idea. I don't think I want WD-40 in my food. Call me old-fashioned. It's a try hard. You're so good fun. You're just so good and funny, pretzel. Just good and funny pretzel. Anyway. No, I have been thinking about... Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting, like, oven hinge grease. It's an actual thing. You can buy it. You can put it on the hinges of your oven, and it gets rid of that squeak. A, I rent, so I don't feel obligated to fix their shit. B, it doesn't bother me enough to get my landlords involved to fix their shit. And C, I don't actually mind it a whole lot. I feel like it's almost its own character during these cooking streams now. And it would just be poor form to silence the character. White lithium grease instead of WD-40, lithium never hurt it. No. Lithium Actually, probably everyone could use a little bit of lithium. Sorry, I got myself with that one. For those not in the know, lithium is used to treat several mental disorders. I think specifically like depression. Anyway, when is new squeaky oven lore dropping? Ah, you see, it's a continuous thing. You have to stay tuned and keep an ear out in all of the streams. Damn, that sounds like a really good idea. Excuse me, I'm gonna start a whole world construct for my oven. All right, we are looking pretty good over here. Also, going back to A. Was it A? Whatever the one was about. I can't be bothered enough to fix my landlord's shit. Like, I don't mind, actually, fixing stuff or improving things around my own apartment. I don't mind that. You know, as long as it's little things. I've heard of people absolutely flipping out, losing their shit about light bulbs or batteries in the smoke detector. Is it the landlord's responsibility to keep upkeep for such things? Maybe. Depends on your lease, of course, but I don't mind. I don't care. Skippity oven. Oh man, I forgot I needed to look into the whole skibbity stuff. There's deep lore and stories to go along with all that, isn't there? Okay. We'll let this go just a little bit longer before we throw our spices in. Spices, we've got tomat. This is just generic diced tomatoes. I think I called it something else in my in the Discord, but yeah, just diced tomatoes. I also have a pot of boiling water back here, or it will be boiling, because we are going to have the asparagus. I also need a pan. You should be a sufficient pan. You'll work. Oh yeah. See, we're getting a little bit of burning on the bottom. That, well, almost burning rather. See, a little bit of char, a heavy caramelization. That's okay. Because now we throw in all of our spices. And I want these to actually fry a little bit. You know, there's still oil on all of these potatoes. There's still water and everything else, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, that darkened up the fond real fast. My god, the smell, guys. I mentioned earlier, I've never used garam masala. I've never been really familiar with it. I am very familiar with this smell. I think it's like mostly turmeric that's wafting. Oh no! wafting through the house now. Yeah, turmeric, paprika, and the cumin and everything else. I want it to fry just a little bit, release more of those volatile chemicals, and get it imbued within our potat before I bring in our tomat. And again, we're on fond detail. We don't want it to burn. We gotta keep kind of scraping that off as we go. There we go. I think that's good. So, in with all of our tomat, and I'm just gonna kill the heat. Because there's going to be, I suspect, enough residual heat in here to cook these tomatoes through. Actually, I'm going to put it on low, because we are going to... The potatoes aren't completely cooked yet either. We're going to be capping this. Once I get the rest of that fond scraped off. Don't do the thing. There we go. Okay. Cheeky little lid. Okay, so where are we at? Potatoes are cooking. I'm actually going to be putting these on the back burner here in a moment. We have the asparagus to oh, that's right, I need to figure out how long to blanch asparagus. Where'd my phone go? Like, actually, where did my phone go? Oh, there you are. Blanching, for those not in the know, is boiling for an amount of time and then dunking it into an ice bath. Lots of work, so I'll be lurking with you quite... Right on, man. You do what you gotta do. I get it. You're a busy man. A busy, handsome man. You're out on the street, working, doing the things, and getting it done. Blanch asparagus time. Well, according to a couplecooks.com, about 3 minutes. Okay. Actually, you can stay over here now. You were charging. You've got enough of a charge. So let's swap our vessels. Zip. Once this gets to boiling, we've got our asparagus spears. I need to wipe my knife off just a little bit. And then these get just thrown into the boiling water. The purpose of blanching, the whole idea of blanching, there we go, is you're almost par cooking them. So we take the spears, right? We take them, we put them in there. They boil for the 3 to 4 minutes. You dump them into the ice water. Once they're in there, that stops the cooking process. Now, yes, we are going to be cooking them further for the Beurre Fondue. Again, apologies on pronunciation. And that's just a finishing move sort of thing. Let's stir our potatoes. I'm gonna be doing work back here. Big apologies. Maybe one day I will get a second camera for back here so you can see my disgusting stove. It's not that bad. I'll admit I don't clean it as much as I should. Sometimes it gets a little dirtier than I'm proud of. All right, that's doing its thing. What's the whole thing about watching a pot of water? It'll never boil. So to get these ready for blanching, all we do is that. That's it. My neighbors downstairs are going fucking crazy. Slamming doors. Actually, from what I understand, they have a, their dog. Their dog gets excitable, as all younger dogs, young puppies tend to do, and tends to jump against their front door. Usually, prompted by like laser pointers or things like that. Other times just because it wants to. Just because it's like, this is a good idea. I'm gonna be a bunny dog. And usually I don't mind, because I don't care about a lot of things like that. But, yesterday, I actually almost did be like, can you guys just bring it down a little bit, just a little bit, just a skosh. But that would have involved things like putting on pants. And I'll be damned if I was gonna put on pants yesterday. That was not on the agenda. Now what can be on the agenda is getting this little guy, this guy right here, ready for its finishing move. Okay. This thing gets hot. That's good to know. I'm afraid it's gonna burn my countertop. Better not. This is funny. So, in the recipe, she said to finish it with coriander. Now, not too long ago, we were having the discussion of coriander and how most of the world, we're talking about specifically about the ground coriander, how most of the world calls it cilantro. Because yes, ground coriander is just cilantro seeds. So she had a bunch like this and called it coriander, which I thought was very interesting. This is moving. That is not interesting. That's bad. It's dangerous. Where did my safety thing go? Huh. Well, guess I'll get another one. But yes, cilantro and coriander are the same thing. And I'm not sure who decided to call what when. That's debates I don't really care for, to be honest. Oh, why are you calling it this? I'm sure someone had a great idea at some point to call it one thing. Why no one changed it after 300 years? I don't know. But I'm not going to be over here complaining about it. Because again, I don't care. It's not that deep. Hey, you can stay there. So, we've got our fresh coriander, our fresh cilantro. And apparently, cilantro is the most used herb in the world. Now, I have not fact-checked that. That is something I have heard. But it does make a lot of sense. You see it a lot in Mexican cooking. You see it a lot in Asian cooking. I know a lot of people say it tastes like soap. And that's a genetic thing, apparently. The people who think it tastes like soap, they have the gene so that it tastes like soap. And we're not doing a particularly fine chop on this. Focus. There we go. See, it's just chopped up a little bit. Just call it coriander. Or Solander. I like Solander. Solander tickles my brain in a very specific way. First off, it sounds like slander. And also it sounds like just either a boomer or a redneck. You know, pick your choice there. But just, oh, hey, put the Solander on my taco. Can you believe this? I've got Solander all over my taco. Oh golly, wouldn't you know it? They put the Solander in my burrito. Next thing you know, it's gonna be in my egg rolls, and oh god, it's in my egg rolls. They're going crazy with the Solander. I would be a huge fan of that. That would be the best thing ever. Think you have the coriander gene, still enjoy the taste? Right? Like, I can kind of understand what people are talking about when they say it tastes like soap. But it doesn't bother me. Like smelling it, it has a slight soapy taste. And raw like this, I get it a little bit more, but you let it kind of wilt down a little bit, get a little cookie. And cookie? What? Let it wilt down a little, let it get a little bit cooked. There we go. That was the word. And it's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. There's Solander in my mouth. Who put the Solander in my mouth? I can't believe it. I can't believe the audacity and the slander of the Solander. That's another big comedy bit I really like is people being surprised at things being in surprising places. Like, who put the slander in my mouth? I cannot remember where this is from, who said it, but there's a line from something where someone said, "Who put this shit in my pants?" Or, "Why is there shit in my pants?" The joke being they got scared or whatever and shit their pants. They're like, "Who put this shit here?" Big fan. Huge fan. Where'd I have a little bowl around here somewhere. You were once the trash bowl. You are now the slander bowl. There we go. There we go. We are now in just a holding pattern for everything now. Waiting for water to boil. Waiting for potatoes to be done. Once I put the asparagus in the water, similar vein to I shit your pants. Exactly. Yeah, once the asparagus goes in here, not only will I get a bowl of ice water for the blanchings, but I will also put the tri-tip in the hot oven. I set it to 450, 425, which for my oven means about 450. But I'm going to turn the broiler on when I throw it in there. Reasons. Yes, I have them. Those are, the pan itself is going to be at about that 450. And we want that temperature for the searings. But I want a lot of heat, a lot of energy coming down on the top of it to get the fat cap just extra crispy, extra crunchy, extra That is a measurable thing, by the way. The factor. This will be our blanching. Now I gotta Google who put shit in my pants. And you can bet I will be doing incognito mode for that. Because I don't need... Oh god, what was it the other day? I think I was in Grey Crow's chat. We were talking about something, and I said, "Excuse me, I need to go Google something and get put on a list." Because it very much was something questionable. And quote. Let's see here. See if I come up with anything. Oh my god. It was Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Someone put shit in my pants. Okay, so those not in the know. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac was a comic book series done by Jonan Vasquez. Jonan Vasquez of Invader Zim fame. Yeah, this. And if I'm not mistaken, so this is peak mid-90s, early aughts, hot topic, sort of edgy humor. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac is a homicidal maniac who hears voices, etc., etc. And if I'm not mistaken, the quote in conversation here was during a bit of a homicidal incident he had in a Starbucks or something similar. And so... Yeah, some of it has not aged very well. I'll be the first to admit that. No, never mind, it wasn't during this. But man, this was a interesting set of comic books. Yeah. Young me was weird. Current me is weird. Just in different ways. Man, this countertop burner takes forever. I might actually move it back. Oh, it's messing with the auto exposure. There we go. So I've been in a moist room all day, I swear. Because we had the sous vide water bath going since about 10 o'clock this morning. So it's putting out steam and everything. I boiled this water earlier because I thought, oh, I need to have a pot of boiling water. But that was even before stream, so this would have been dry at that point. But yeah, it's been a moist, humid room today. Not to mention, we've got the rain outside and everything else going on. My skin has never needed lack of lotion so much. Fun fact, it's only homicide if it comes from the Homus region of France. France. Sparkling murder. I don't know if I can take that legal advice. Broken Snare, you're charged with 3 counts of homicide. Sir, I was not in France at the time. You will see that this is simply sparkling murder. I now demand an acquittal, and all charges dropped. Oh, golly, he's got us there. Send him free. Trust me, you know someone who's a lawyer. Oh, well then, in that case, excuse me. It's not that I have a list, but I could probably come up with one pretty... No. No. I do not need to say those words. They are factually wrong, and I don't need any incriminations. I don't. You said this thing. It was a joke! I'm about to get the induction top out just so I can get this going. Actually, we are gonna do this really fast. Move our potatoes to the side. So good to know that this hot pad takes a long time to boil water. At least this amount of water, if it ever gets around to it. So, you going over here. I'm gonna keep this over here. Well, got a little bit of cylinder on there. That's gonna be fine. Once that boils, I'll bring it back over here. But yeah, it's good to know. Good to know. I also just realized I have not even tasted these potatoes yet. I don't know if they need more seasoning, if they need less seasoning. If they need less seasoning, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I'm out of potatoes. Okay. Oh. Ooh, very interesting. I actually could use some salt. Oven mitts, get over here. So, the garam masala is sweet. It's a little sweet because there is sugar in it. And that absolutely cuts through a lot of the other heavy spices that are in there. Because there is, what do we say, turmeric. There was, well, what can I taste? There's chili powders in there. Oh yeah, and the cumin, there's mustard seed. We put all of that stuff in here, yeah? And now we're putting salt and pepper. But the sweetness from that garam masala cut through really well. It's interesting and surprising. Okay. Well, we put a couple pinches of salt in over here. We put an amount of pepper. Again, I measured those things with my heart. But do go sparingly until your heart is calibrated. The onion and garlic are in there. They're in the background. Gonna let that hang out and do its thing for a bit. I love holding patterns. I try to time things right, so I'm not doing this dead air thing for too long, but this one was unplanned. That was something I had a hard time figuring out when I first started really cooking, was just timing for things. How long do vegetables take to cook? How long do potatoes take to cook? Onions, etc., etc. And when you're doing multiple dishes at multiple times, you know, when do things go on? When do things come off? I struggled a long time figuring that out. Sometimes still do. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I'm actually gonna go throw this into the potatoes right now. So it can do, like I said, cook down a little bit. Get a little wilty. Alright, our water is almost boiling. This will also let the cylinder, you know, get incorporated in with the flavors. Do a little bit of melding. There we go. Bonk, 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 bonk. There we go. Okay. Back up. You. Or am I just gonna do this on the stove? I might just end up doing this on the stove. If that can't come up to a boil pretty fast, oh. You've got bubbles. We're doing this over here. Oh man. I'm gonna leave this on like medium heat for right now. Because we will need this at some point soon. Okay. It's go time. Rubber band off. Asparagus in. I'm gonna set my timer for the 3 minutes. Got ice. And I've got the tri-tip. Squeak! So all I'm doing, tri-tip comes out of the bag, goes into this rocket hot pan that I'm turning the broiler on. I know people in the UK call it the grill. Either way, it's the top stuff, the top burners. So it's blasted with heat. Look at this. Squeak. And I have an idea. I'm gonna get this started. This is all the juice and extra seasonings that had come off of that tri-tip during the sous vide. I'm gonna get that reducing. I'm also gonna throw some butter in there. But first I need to address this. Ice water. That down a little bit. Okay. Okay, that's boiling away pretty nicely. And we're just gonna do about... Now yes, this is going in to cold butter. Sorry, cold pan, cold butter. I think I'm just gonna do about 2 tablespoons here. That's 3 minutes for the asparagus. Quiet. Gonna go 1 more minute. Where's my whisk? I have a whisk over here. I have a whisk over here. This is an impromptu sauce, which may or may not work out really well. So there's loads of spices. There's the hashed chilies in here. Mel, hello. How are you doing? Did I not press start on that? Well. Oh, I did. That's 4 minutes. Hang on here. Asparagus is done. Grab my water, but actually no, I'll bring the pot to it. There we go. Ah, ah, ah. You know what? It doesn't matter. You can go there. Off. So, asparagus. In you go. And that was all of it. So into the ice water to stop the cooking process. Now we're gonna bring this just over here. I don't need that anymore. Actually, and Mel, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. You came at the most exciting part of the stream, where everything happens real fast. Oh, that's a squeak. All I want, I think. Ooh, yes. For that tri-tip. We're gonna put on this hot thing for just a moment, but that's what we were looking for. You know, a little bit of caramelization up there, and probably a fair bit on the bottom. It's sputtering out grease like crazy. I'm actually gonna put this back in for just a few moments. Okay. So before I get going with the rest of the asparagus, actually no, that needs to get going. I can taste the sauce here in a moment, but yes, it's cold pan, cold asparagus, cold butter. You just kind of bring it all together at the same time. Actually, fuck, it's fine. Just remember, no, you wait till the butter's foaming a little bit. Here, aw, thank you. Are you working tonight, or is it an off night for you? Sorry. That was a little bit more of a bang than I anticipated. I've been meaning to oil this table. Looks like the tri-tip took care of that for me. Taste this, see if that turned into a bit of a sauce. So many times when you have drippings from roasts, steaks, whatever, you can just add some butter, whisk it really good till it emulsifies, then you got something of a creamy sauce. That is money. God damn it, that's good. There's a little bit of the background sweetness that come from the hatch chilies. Alright. We're going to take out this tri-tip. I feel like my smoke alarm is about to go off. Okay. And grab just a little bit of water. apparently just like a couple tablespoons of water is all you need to bring all this together. You're home? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'd be overnight for Tuesday night. More this week, so this is the apartment. Okay. It's all right. Dude, that's great. Look, alarm literally just went off. Oh, that's great. Pretzel, do you have smoke-o-vision? Grab my other cutting board. You guys. It'll be fine. Now, what I'm doing back here while I'm holding this tri-tip and turning the heat down on this is scraping up some of these bits and seeing if they're going to be a good addition for the sauce. It's a little... Let's see if we can look at that. Yeah, it's a little more burny than I like. So we're going to let this just live over there. Alright, so there's already a fair bit of water in here because I didn't really drain the asparagus much. So we're going to put just a little bit more. Just a little bit. And then we also get rid of this, because that's done everything I need it to. Potatoes are back there. Pot of asparagus water is done. This gets to live over here. A little more. Actually, no. So this idea is Beurre Fondue. And some other words, which I cannot pronounce. So, from what I understand, it is a French method of finishing off vegetables. And it's just butter and water. You know, we are gonna put a little bit of seasoning in there. We'll go do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Because I tend to use unsalted butter. So that I can kind of control how much salt I am putting into my food. Also, Pretzel, why did your smoke alarm go off? What are you doing over there? What sort of trouble are you getting into? Let's get over here. Be a nice little vessel for, quite, for our sauce. Made your fajitas on fire. Quote unquote intentionally. Fajitas. Fajitas sound good. I'm gonna scrap all this and go get some fajitas. See you guys. Nah, I'm far too cheap to do that. Okay. Look at that. We spend a lot of time waiting for the water to boil, but we are in the home stretch. they're such a mess. Alright, there we go. That's... yeah, we're not looking for, like, a saute on these or anything. So, let's grab... fork and see how these things have turned out. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's buttery, salty asparagus. Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna crank this up just a little bit for a moment. Bacardi went whoosh. A little more whoosh. Tri-tip over, we can share. Hell yeah, dude. We're gonna have tri-tip fajitas. Okay, this is rested. Yeah, probably not as much as I would actually like, but we're going to roll with it. Okay. Trying to get an idea of where the grain is running. So, that is a bread knife. I would like, not my Nikiri, I would like this one. My slicing knife. Tri-tip traditionally is a little bit of a rougher? Tougher cut. But again, this was in the sous vide for many hours. So ideally, a lot of that connective tissue has come out. Rendered out. Yeah. So this is going to be much more tender than usual. And yep. Pink all the way through. We're gonna get a better shot of this later, or here in a little bit. But keeping an eye on you. Also, just look at this unctuous grease that's coming out of this. That's not juices, that's straight up grease, because this is sometimes a very greasy cut. But look at that. Just look at that. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys. For the tri-tip, dude, this does not need hydration. It doesn't even need this. This is optional. Oh. Pot roast tender, yeah. Dude. Oh, but can't forget. Home. Mmm. So you can smell the pan while you eat everything. Alright. That's done. Potatoes are done. Everything is done. I'm gonna get a few more better slices here. We got some juice coming out, but not bad. Not bad at all. One thing I like to do if I for whatever reason can't let a cut of meat rest long enough, so I'll just go and slice the whole thing and then let it sit in its own juice for, you know, that 5 minutes. Because it does a pretty good job of, like, releasing a lot of the juice, which would typically make it go dry, but then reabsorbing it as it sits in it. But no, this is doing just fine. Yeah. Oh, this is... Tri-tip, baby. Let's see here. finagle some stuff. Finagle, finagle. Yep, you're done. You're done. Alright, it's out of the way somehow without burning anything. Because now we got the plate up. Yep. I can't wait. One day, this is gonna be a really big production thing. I'm gonna have my own kitchen built specifically for these streams. Yeah. I'm gonna have so much room for everything. Oh, that was a loud sound. Okay, so I'm spooning up our potatoes. I should just have brought this back over, like the whole thing back over, so you can see it all in frame. Yep. Potat. You've got the tip of the tries. This was, like I said, just a hatch chili marinade tri-tip that I found in the store. Nothing fancy to it. If I was cooking this on my own without a bag of marinade, basically, all I would do is salt, pepper, and Worcestershire. That's all I've ever used for these, and they've always turned out amazing. Yeah, no, I'm doing the whole shebang. Everything I cut off of there. Plate! And the asparagus. The Beurre Fondue asparagus. Now that is a meal. Look at it. Would you just look at it? Now we're gonna take just a little bit of this unnecessary sauce. And give a couple little drizzles. There we go. I say unnecessary, it's still so good though. And here we go. Plate. Excuse me, that was a peppercorn that just went down the wrong tube. I'm gonna get the zoom in on in one moment. I can go there. Just trying to get things out of the way. Get out of here. Plate, 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 plate. Wow. And would you just... Would you just... Oh, I know where this can go. There we are. I think I can get focus like right there. I've noticed a couple of these screenshots have been a little out of focus, but it's looking Pretty good. Can't forget the Hubba Heart. I need to check in on Hubba. Haven't heard from her in a little bit. I know she has been working a new job or something, but you know, she's still important to us. Look at this food. Just look at it. Look at all this stuff. Just all of it. And yeah, I will recommend this 1,000 times over. Tri-tip, one of my absolute favorite cuts. Used to be fairly cheap, but there is no such thing as a cheap cut of beef anymore. And the sous vide method, stupid easy. Anyone can do this. I'm gonna get a smaller piece so you don't hear me choking to death. And the whole entry point into sous vide is practically nothing. Oh my god. I'm sorry, it is just ridiculously good. These potatoes, we all like potatoes to start with, but these are very interesting. They've got all of the spices going on, the cumin, the mustard seeds, and all the ground masala. There's the onion and the garlic in there. So very, very complex, but extraordinarily palatable. Like, this is gonna be hard not to eat all night. And we all know I love asparagus. So like, this is my jam right here. Get over here. Yeah. So, go forth, make this. Definitely make the potatoes. The creator that I got this from had originally said that this was just a weekly meal that her and her family would have growing up because it's cheap, plentiful, filling, etc. So this was a main course. Yeah, this is vegan because I didn't use ghee, which is butter. I used peanut oil. There's no other animal products in this, so there you go. They would usually make it with, or serve it with naan, and garlic naan. Whew, who doesn't like that? So, there you go. Make it. I dare you. Or come over. I'll get a bigger tri-tip. We can all just have a big dang barbecue. So, I think we're done. I think we did it. I think I'm gonna eat this and fall into a food coma. Because that is how I do. Guys, I want to thank you for hanging out. This is always so much fun. I really enjoy doing this. It gives me reasons to stretch these culinary legs of mine. Really quick before I start thinking of other things, do we got anybody streaming? Ooh, Elena. Elena and Svi. Who do you want to go say hi to? Elena is doing coffee talk. Svi is playing Valheim. Ooh. I'm sorry, Soren. Valheim. And yeah, one of those two. First one to say a preference. We will go raid them. We'll go hang out. We'll have some good times. And I'm gonna eat food and clean up. So let's go ahead and start typing a command. Alright. no preferences, then we will go check out Elena. Coffee Talk is a pretty cool, pretty chill thing. You know, thing. Oh, looks like we're going to Svi. And now we're unrating. All right. While Crush gets the the new command, unless I can get it in first. There it is. Well, let's go say hi to her. Having her chill times with the everything else. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. Like I said, I enjoy this immensely. Pretzel, thank you again for the resub. You're absolute goddamn legend, my friend. Thank you so much. And thank you all for hanging out. Until the next time, which will be on Monday. Yes, Monday. With the Death Stranding. Yeah. Monday on Death Stranding. Until then, I hope you all have the good days and good nights, the sweetest of dreams, and yeah, I'll catch you later. Take care, guys. Bye.
Choose the info on your customers there. Wait.
Weak? Oh no!
I
Stop
got
waking!
something in my eye. Ow. Ow.
Oh, Broken Snare! Thank you for the raid! I hope you had a wonderful stream. What were you streaming,
Hey,
huh?
I'm just saying, people will post anything.
Here you go.
I've
I'll
seen
do this for you.
ass before.
Also, hello everybody. My name is Elena Meister. I'm a hybrid wolf. I like to play games, and I'm also a digital artist. I hope you guys enjoy your stay here. Be comfy, because we are playing Coffee Talk 2 with friends. If I could do this right, because I tend to forget. Yeah, hello. Hello. Sorry.
I'm curious. What do you do?
Oh, you were making food? What kind of food were you making this time?
Have a lot of reactions for a new feature.
Commands are hard, yeah.
Call me a lifestyle reviewer of sorts.
But yeah, we're just being comfy here today. We're having comfy vibes on our regular Thursdays.
Even stuck my finger out.
Yeah, no problem. I always try to do that. Because apparently I'm my own mod. I don't ask my mods to do anything, really. Oh, Crush Roll, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the temple. I hope you enjoy your stay
does
here.
That mean this coffee shop is part of the hottest gang?
No, when you refer to it like that.
Do you want it to be? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, poking emojis?
Oh my goodness.
Sure.
So help me now, please. I need this suffering to stop.
For the right price, you can.
No!
Hey man, $40 or $40.
I made Sous Vide tri-tip, curry
Just
potatoes,
kidding.
and Beurre Fondue
decides what I
asparagus.
endorse.
Ooh, asparagus. I love
They
asparagus.
help keep me